When business owners think about handing their customer communication over to AI, the immediate fear is that the results will sound completely artificial. You've spent years building personal relationships with your clients, and the last thing you want is a generic, robotic output that alienates them. That is exactly what Part 3 of the Business Owner Workbook is designed to prevent. This section is the mechanism we use to extract your unique operational DNA, how you speak, how you quote, and how you evaluate leads, and translate it into a format the AI can actually understand. To complete this session, you will need 3 things: your copy of the workbook, access to the Sent folder in your email client, and a baseline list of your current service pricing. We are going to isolate your specific communication style and pricing logic before you ever turn on an automated tool. By doing this extraction first, you establish the specific boundaries the AI needs to draft responses that reflect how your company already does business. Step 1 is Section 3.1, your brand voice. This is the most critical step in the entire workbook. The guide we build here becomes the engine that dictates the tone for every single customer-facing AI pilot we launch. If you skip this, everything else will sound generic. Go into your Sent folder and find 5 real emails you have already sent to customers. They don't need to be perfect, they just need to sound like you. Copy them directly into Exercise 1. Do not write fresh, idealized marketing copy for this step. If you feed the system artificial input, you limit the AI's ability to replicate your natural tone. We need your actual phrasing to build an accurate baseline. Once you have those examples, use Exercise 2 to explicitly quantify your style. You will select your specific parameters across spectrums like formality, length, and warmth, giving the AI clear instructions for how to construct a sentence on your behalf. With your voice captured, move to Section 3.2. Up until now, you've likely relied on gut instinct to decide which leads are worth your time. Here, we translate that instinct into a measurable, mathematical scoring system. Think of your best customers and your worst prospects. Document exactly what separates them to calibrate the 5 dimensions of our matrix: fit, need, budget, timing, and channel. By defining your exact brand voice and calibrating this qualification matrix, we establish a rigid set of rules. A high-value prospect can then receive an immediate, top-tier response that uses your exact vocabulary and tone. Next is Section 3.3, where we address your proposals. We treat quoting as a strict data translation exercise. You will convert the messy, conversational details of a discovery call into a clean, 10-field intake form. First, document your complete service catalog. List every service you offer, prioritizing accurate pricing ranges and standard completion timelines so the AI has a reliable reference library. Firm. When reviewing the 10-field intake form, pay attention to the rule for Field 9. The human operator must always dictate the final proposed price. The AI drafts the context and the scope, but it never sets the number. In Section 3.4, we build out your customer FAQs. Your team answers the same 20 questions over and over. You need to write down the approved answers to build an internal knowledge base. There is one formatting rule for these answers: eliminate the filler. The AI must deliver the direct answer in the very first sentence. When answering questions about cost, never hard-code specific numerical prices. Always use price ranges, like starting at X. This prevents the AI from confidently quoting an outdated rate to a new customer 2 years from now. Locking down your standard proposal inputs and strictly limiting how the AI can answer FAQs forms a protective guardrail. These constraints prevent the system from promising prices or timelines your business cannot honor. Section 3.5 shifts our focus. We move from internal sales data to managing your public-facing reputation through customer reviews and testimonials. Before setting up any automation, we have to address strict federal compliance rules. You are completely prohibited from gating reviews, which means you cannot only ask happy customers for feedback. You are also barred from offering any financial incentives in exchange for a review. Every eligible customer gets asked, and nobody gets paid. To build your compliant system, define your operational footprint. Select your primary review platforms, usually Google for local search, and establish whether your default ask method will be an email or a text message. Next, identify your trigger moments. These are specific events like a final project walkthrough or a positive verbal remark that dictate exactly when a team member should deploy the automated ask. Finally, detail your internal protocol for negative reviews. Specify exactly who is responsible for responding, what their backup plan is, and the maximum number of hours they have to post a reply. Running this systematized framework ensures you follow federal guidelines while continuously supplying the AI with fresh, authentic testimonial data to use in future sales. Navigate to the Part 3 summary page. Conduct a final self-audit and score your confidence levels from 1 to 5 across all 5 sections we just completed. Below that, record your current baseline metrics. Document your existing lead response time and your current review count. We need these benchmarks to accurately measure the AI's performance once deployment begins. To finish the session, physically sign and date the key decision boxes at the end of each section. This formally locks in the operational frameworks you've decided on today. By completing this workbook, you have documented the specific logic behind your brand voice and sales process. You have translated your professional intuition into a programmable rulebook that an AI can use to draft your customer communications.